Week 7 recap, please leave a like and let's get into it. Thursday night, Saints at Cardinals. Finally an entertaining Thursday night football game. The game was tied right before the 2-minute warning, but Andy Dalton threw 2 pick sixes in a row to make it 28-14 Cardinals at halftime with interceptions by Isaiah Simmons and Marco Wilson. In the second half, Kyler Murray found Greg Dortch for a 5-yard touchdown, making it 35-17. And although the Saints put up 2 more touchdowns in garbage time with Jawan Johnson, they fell short 42-34. Browns at Ravens. Nick Chubb's goal line touchdown gave the Browns a quick 7-0 lead. However, Baltimore took a 20-10 lead in the middle of the third quarter thanks to Gus Edwards' 2 rushing touchdowns in his first game back off the ACL injury, and Justin Tucker made 2 field goals as well. With 9 minutes to go, Kareem Hunt punched in a 2-yard touchdown, making it a 3-point game in the early fourth. With 2 minutes to go, the Browns tried for a 60-yard field goal after a false start, but it was blocked and the Ravens got themselves the victory. Buccaneers at Panthers. This was one of the most stunning games you'll see all year. A Panthers team with their 3rd string or maybe 4th string quarterback, having just traded by far their best player in Christian McCaffrey, were able to beat Tom Brady's Buccaneers 21-3. After a terrible drop by Mike Evans that would have been a long touchdown, the Buccaneers were never able to recover. Before halftime, PJ Walker found DJ Moore for a 20-yard touchdown in the back of the end zone. Chuba Hubbard had a 17-yard rushing touchdown, making it 14-0 in the late third. And in the early fourth, PJ Walker found Tommy Tremble for a 29-yard touchdown, which put the finishing touches on this game. Brady and the Bucs are now 3-4. Falcons at Bengals. The Falcons were the only team to cover every game this year, but unfortunately that is now over. The Bengals jumped out to a 21-0 lead pretty much in the first quarter. A Tyler Boyd 60-yard touchdown, a Joe Mixon goal line touchdown, and a Jamar Chase 32-yard touchdown gave the Bengals control the entire day. After Chase caught another long touchdown before half, Mariota found Demir Bird on the very next play for a 75-yard touchdown. A Younghoe Koo field goal made it 17-28 right at halftime, but that was the last time the Falcons would score. A T. Higgins near touchdown got the Bengals down to the 1, and Joe Burrow punched it in for a 1-yard rushing touchdown, giving the Bengals a 35-17 win. The Bengals are once again looking like they did last year. Lions at Cowboys. At halftime, the Lions had a 6-3 lead on 2 Michael Badgley field goals, but in the Cowboys' first drive at halftime, they took a 10-6 lead on the great drive by Zeke and Tony Pollard. Another Zeke touchdown gave the Cowboys a 17-6 lead, and after Jared Goff fumbled again, Dak Prescott found Peyton Hendershot for a 2-yard touchdown, giving the Cowboys a 24-6 win. The Cowboys won the turnover battle 5-1, and that defense still looks very dominant. Giants at Jaguars. Both teams scored on their first drive as Daniel Jones found Darius Slayton for a 32-yard touchdown, but the Jags responded with a Travis Etienne 7-yard touchdown, then a 2-point conversion by Travis Etienne to take an 8-7 lead. After 3 field goals in the second quarter, 1 by the Jags, 2 by the Giants took a 13-11 lead into the half. One of the key plays in this game was Giants safety Xavier McKinney forcing a fumble on Travis Etienne before crossing the goal line that definitely could have changed the outcome of this game. Out of halftime, the Jaguars scored on their first drive on a Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdown, making it 17-13 Jags. But of course, Daniel Jones, who has been money in the clutch all year, led a touchdown drive to give the Giants a 20-17 lead. With 1 minute and 7 seconds to go, Graham Gano made a 34-yarder, giving the Giants a 6-point lead, but the Jaguars had a minute to respond and go downfield. The game ended on a crazy play as wide receiver Christian Kirk came up 1 yard shy of the end zone, and the Giants were able to hold on for the victory. They are now 6-1. Colts at Titans. A game that could go down as Matt Ryan's final start in the NFL. I guess we'll see how that goes. Anyway, the Titans took a 13-0 lead that included a Matt Ryan pick 6 to Andrew Adams for 76 yards. In the third, Matt Ryan found Paris Campbell for a 4-yard touchdown, cutting it to a 7-13 deficit. In the fourth, Randy Bullock gave the Titans a 17-16 lead, but Chase McLaughlin cut it to a 10-16 game. After Bullock gave the Titans a 19-10 lead, Michael Pittman fumbled, and that was pretty much the game. The Titans win a big division game, making them 4-2 now. Packers at Commanders. After losing 2 in a row, you would think the Packers finally got a win here. After an Aaron Jones rushing touchdown and a Devondre Campbell 63-yard pick 6, the Packers took a 14-3 lead. But Taylor Heineke got it going, finding Antonio Gibson for a 9-yard touchdown, then Terry McLaurin for a 37-yard touchdown. Joey Slye made 2 field goals, giving the Commanders a 23-14 lead in the fourth. With 3 minutes to go, Aaron Rodgers found Aaron Jones for a 21-yard touchdown, making it a 2-point game. On the final play, the Packers tried to lateral their way up the field, but that did not go so well. The key difference in this game, Washington ran 72 plays to the Packers 47. Just absolutely crazy. Jets at Broncos. In the first quarter, Breece Hall had a 62-yard touchdown, giving the Jets a 7-0 lead. Unfortunately though, later the rookie standout Hall did tear his ACL. Now he's out for the season. At the end of the first quarter, Latavius Murray had a 2-yard touchdown, making it a 7-6 game due to a missed extra point. But before halftime, both field goal kickers McManus and Zerline traded field goals, giving the Jets a 10-9 lead. The second half scoring was all Jets as Greg Zerline made 2 field goals, giving the Jets a 16-9 lead. Mr. Unlimited's backup Brett Rippon could not lead the Broncos up the field for a game-tying touchdown, and an incomplete pass to KJ Hamler on the final play gave the Jets a victory. They're now 5-2. Texans at Raiders. Davis Mills found Chris Moore for a 13-yard touchdown, giving the Texans a 7-3 lead early. But the Raiders responded right before halftime as Derek Carr found Mac Hollins for a 26-yard touchdown, making it 10-10 at half. And then the Josh Jacobs show happened. The Texans did have a 25-yard touchdown to Phillip Dorsett in the second half, but that was about it. Josh Jacobs had 3 second-half rushing touchdowns, including a 4-yarder, a 7-yarder, and a 15-yarder, and Raiders safety Deron Harmon put the finishing touches with a 73-yard pick six. Seahawks at Chargers. The Geno Smith show still goes on. Geno found Marquise Goodwin for a 20-yard touchdown, then Kenneth Walker had a 12-yard touchdown, and a Jason Myers field goal made it 17-0 Seahawks after one. The Chargers did get back into it in the second quarter as Austin Eckler had a rushing touchdown, and Justin Herbert found Mike Williams for a 13-yard touchdown, making it a 3-point game. But in the second half, it was pretty much all Seahawks. Another Marquise Goodwin touchdown before halftime, a couple field goals, and a Kenneth Walker 74-yard rushing touchdown made it 37-16 Seattle. Austin Eckler did have a garbage time touchdown, but Seattle absolutely dominates here. Both teams are now 4-3. Chiefs at Niners. A Robbie Gould field goal and a Ray McLeod touchdown made it a 10-0 Niners lead, but in a game that featured Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and Travis Kelce, it was Mecole Hardman who went off in this game. Hardman scored the first 2 touchdowns for the Chiefs, making it a 14-13 game. In the early third, Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a 16-yard touchdown, making it 21-13 Chiefs. Mahomes found Justin Watson for a 4-yard touchdown, giving them a 12-point lead, but Jimmy G found George Kittle for a 15-yard score, making it a 5-point deficit. But Mecole Hardman scored his 3rd touchdown, giving the Chiefs back a 12-point lead. After a safety by Frank Clark and a Juju Smith-Schuster 45-yard touchdown, the Chiefs took this one 44-23. Steelers at Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa made his return and found Raheem Mostert for an 8-yard touchdown, and Miami took a 13-0 lead at the end of one after 2 Jason Sanders field goals. Before halftime, Kenny Pickett found George Pickens for a 7-yard touchdown, making it 10-13, but right before half, Jason Sanders knocked down a 47-yard field goal, giving the Dolphins a 16-10 lead. And that was the final score. A couple of Kenny Pickett interceptions inside of Miami's 30 in the fourth quarter was the difference here. Bears at Patriots. The Patriots were supposed to win by a lot, but that did not go as planned. After a Justin Fields 3-yard touchdown run, the Bears got out to a 10-0 lead, but the Patriots did respond with a Jacoby Myers touchdown and Ramondre Stevenson touchdown to go up by 4. But in the second quarter, the Patriots offense fumbled a handoff between Jacoby Myers and Bailey Zappi, and that led to a 25-yard touchdown by Khalil Herbert. From that point on, the Patriots did not score again. In the early fourth, David Montgomery had a 1-yard rushing touchdown to make it 33-14. A very ugly showing for the Patriots on national TV.